we are joined by Whitney Quick with the Better Business Bureau to chat about some of the concerns about this roofing season and roofing work season. Whitney, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing fine, doing fine. We're glad to have you here and to take a look at this, issue. And of course, when we talk about all these different sorts of businesses, talk about all these different sorts of services, always important to find somebody that you can trust. And the same is true as far as checking on the different roofers that you may have to work on your house or building. Right? That applies.
Yes. So we've got a couple tips whenever you were hiring a roofer, and that's especially important right now. It's been an incredibly windy season, and we've had a ton of storms, and we are just getting started with spring. So some tips for hiring a roofer. The first, you want to make sure that you understand the full scope of the project. So what exactly is the roofer going to do? Will they be doing spot repairs, or are they replacing the entire roof? Will they be removing the old roof or covering up with a new roof? Ensure that you understand the solutions, pros and cons, and everything is detailed in your contract. You want to ask about the cleanup and the waste removal. Confirm that your contractor will be responsible for taking away old materials and cleaning up your site after the work is complete. Consider your gutters and landscaping. So a roofing job will require ladders that can cause damage to your landscaping or your gutter. How will the roofer protect against the damage or fix these things afterwards? Make sure that you plan for bad weather because, as we know, it can change really quickly around here. So what happens if there's bad weather while your roof project is underway? Ask your roofer about what they will do to protect your home in case of rain or snow. Make sure that you check your insurance coverage. So if your project is for fixing the damage, check your homeowner's insurance to see if your project is covered and how you should proceed if it is. You also want to check your contractor's insurance cover for workers' compensation, property damage, and personal liability. Different contractors for different roofing systems. So this means that roofing contractors can be certified to install specific types of roofs. You can check with the manufacturer to see if your contractor is certified for their system.
All right, good deal. And whenever we look at some of the elements of that estimate, that proposal, what sort of details do we look at? How do we break it down? What do we clarify on that?
So in your proposal, it should include the type of roof covering, manufacturer, color, materials to be included in the work. So, for example, underlayment, ice dam protection membrane. It should also have, the scope of the work that needs to be done, removal or replacement of existing roofs, splash work, ventilation work, who's responsible for repairing or replacing exterior landscaping, or interior finishes damaged during the work. So ensure that all of that language is included within that proposal, as well as the installation method, payment procedures, which is always really important. We talk about this a lot, that you never want to pay for a project like this up front. You want to make sure that you pay in thirds. So you want to pay a third at the beginning, a third at the middle, and a third in whenever you are happy with the results of what the contractor has done. So these are all really important things to have in your proposal, in your contract.
All right, great stuff, great stuff. And when it comes to just generally trying to, make sure that we don't have to have so much regular work done on the roof, and making sure that we keep the roof in good shape for a while, what sort of things are important to remember as far as just keeping it intact, keeping it healthy?
So clear dead or overhanging branches. Have a professional tree service evaluate the branches hanging over your roof, decide whether or not they're a risk. If the branches are dead, that increases the chance of them falling on your roof, so it's better to get them out. Inspect hail damage. So after storms, especially hailstorms, have a licensed insurance adjuster or contractor inspect your roof for dimples, cracks on shingles. Those are all key indicators that hail damage has occurred. And keep your eyes and ears open for remove debris. So homeowners should inspect their roofs regularly and monitor for hail damage. The homeowner can do ground level inspections. So, especially after something as windy as what we've been going through, check around your house, see if there's any pieces of roof that's laying around.
All right, great stuff, great stuff. Anything else to mention today before we wrap up?
If you are looking for somebody to do a roofing job, make sure that you are doing your research on this kind of thing, because there are a lot of bad actors that are out there. So make sure that you find somebody with good reviews. Maybe they are BBB accredited, so you can check that out at bbb.org. Look at complaints. As we always say, complaints are not necessarily a bad thing. It's going to allow the consumer to see how the business has handled any complaints after the work has been done, and if they've come back to fix it to make the consumer happy. So these are all really important things to keep in mind. And then also there's common roofing scams that can occur after a storm. Storm chasers, we've talked about those before. And if you end up falling victim to anything like that, make sure that you go to bbb.org/scam tracker to report that there.
All right. Just one more time as far as where people can go to find the BBB and its resources.
bbb.org.
Excellent. All right, Whitney Quick with the Better Business Bureau. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
All right, to our audience as well, appreciate you all being here with us. Check out more local news live just around the corner.